And we're live, aka Powers. Cheers. So let me just tell you guys. We've had a family tragedy. Just tough stuff, So I'm just jumping on to kind of draw. A lot of times when I draw, I can kind of lose myself, right? Like I fall into that dream state, and there's nothing there's no better way to draw than with all of you. So I thought we would continue the compendium project. That's a little bit what I'm calling this, where we really try and break the ice on art materials, high and low, available, unavailable, vintage, rare. I spent about a year scouring vintage shops and antique shops and eBay, back and forth with a ton of people to track down items like this right here. Earlier, I did earlier by a couple of days ago, I did a Mr. Sketch recorded live stream that I'll release at some time, and we kind of get into the different color combinations of Mr. Sketch. So I just, the point I'm getting at, and here, let me get some of my, this is my lemon ginger water, and it's still piping hot. Yeah, I spent time and money the calendar year of 2025 stockpiling a lot of this stuff. And the genesis of this, and previously too, I did a failed Mr. Sketch live stream where we tried to use Mr. Sketch with these BLICK Art Pop sketchbooks here, and it didn't go so well. What happened was that the pigment and the load of those chisel tip markers was so it was such a flood, it shredded the paper. And I call it a flood because that's a little bit of what it feels like underneath the paper. But I thought, well, let's kind of keep the art pop thing going. So we did a custom banner, and let's just kind of begin testing excuse me, all of this out. And this sketchbook paper, it is amazingly thin. It doesn't seem to be resilient sketchbook paper. So I do that stream. That's available, right? It's like the previous stream. I do that stream, and I come out of it with the idea of throwing these out. I'm just saying to myself, maybe here, let's get up a little bit more too, guys. Sorry. What are we doing here? We're all over the place. Let's get that straight. What do we do? Yeah, so I came out of that stream. We're really crooked here. I came out of that stream in such a deflated, I was just very deflated. I was in a deflated zone. And because I would have to throw out and not use maybe like $50 or $60 worth of these sketchbooks. Oh, we got a comment already. And I'm just doing my opening, guys. Stumble. What is happening? Stumble Man. Hi. Hey, welcome to it. Subscribe, support, leave a comment. If you're new here, let's just get into this. And this is why you should subscribe to the channel to get these updates. Whatever network or platform you're catching me on, we're using combinations of different papers and art materials, and we're documenting what you can really do with them, right? How well can we produce the art, the limitations. Again, some of this is coming through the hand of a, if you want to call me a skilled professional, even though I will blush if you do. It's to really break the ice on, this is what we can do, high and low, spending money, not spending money. And I think there's such a need for that. And there's a lot of YouTube channels that will go through, just for example, they will go through something like this, and they'll do all the shading, and they'll do the swatches, and you get to see like the colors, and they'll put them in order for you. But they're not a illustrator. That person's not an artist. Here, you're getting that same thing with an artist. So I thought what we would do, just kind of like, let's just get into some of these. And I'd like to start with an HB. This is HB here. Yeah, and I just thought maybe we would. I mean, these pencils work very nice. They work very nice with this paper. Like, it is incredible already. Maybe I have to get all Blick material to work with this sketchbook, and we'll do that. So as you can see, right, like I'm trying to go from medium to light. This one is 2H. And I like kind of the open, like free form attitude of this. Where, like we kind of have a sketchbook. We might be familiar with the type of paper. But overall, we're just kind of spitballing our subject. And I don't view these as one, like as, I view this as a series, not just like a one and done. 2B. We're coming up on one of my favorites here. One of my favorite leads, which is 3B. If someone's an illustrator and they don't have a favorite lead for you, I think they're LARPing. You should have a little bit of a love affair. That look, the 4B here is so loose. Wow. Yeah, and the cool thing is, right, we can live stream this, all hang out, all meet each other, all know each other. I know some of you guys are repeat viewers, or as we like to call in the business, regulars. But we get to do like a nice documentation. Isn't that wild? Well, and this 6B is, I don't know if you guys can tell, that 6B is fierce. Ash is in the house. Got some people walking. Ash, great to see you. Ash. Yeah, I mean, and if you guys want to toss subjects out to me, go ahead. Go ahead, because I'm open to whatever. Yeah, if you want something cartoony or something, just let me know. Yeah, so let's document this. We're doing... Alexa, what's today's date?
Today's date is Thursday, February 12th, 2026.
We mark everything. So we get 6B all the way to 2H. Yeah, see, and then, but from here, right, like we can kind of just explore. Now, subject matter wise, I don't know. Like I was kind of leaning towards, like maybe DC comic characters, since I don't have a lot of those. Yeah, maybe. Like, let's see here. Like so much of this too is like, can you render, can you render something loose, or can you render something like in a precise manner, meaning like you're shading, you're doing a lot of stuff, and I would like to kind of move through different styles. So we got a nice B here. And the B is actually, I mean, this paper is so freaking smooth. And then here, like, let's just kind of, we get in here with the 4H. And, it comes out. I mean, it shoots right out of the pencil. Yeah, drawing like a little neighborhood house, maybe a little rural. It's not too difficult. But you kind of want to, right, like develop ways to showcase like what the materials are. Like, what are we really doing? The B here is just fantastic, though. I already like the B. Yeah, and then maybe like down the road, like I was just thinking of like different subjects, like doing something in the Disney style. But it's right, like it's not much. Not much. See, and what you can do is like you can kind of smudge. Mask some of your. I mean, the best thing with erasers is that you can just erase. So maybe we'll get like a subject, and let's do, I don't know, let's do Art to Bear's Nightfire, because that's just what's on my desk, and we're going to stick with 2B. I mean, with B. Now, be mindful too. We have a nice pencil sharpener here. And I don't think we have much of a character design here, right? He's just kind of like wearing a flame outfit. So let's just kind of. But this is already like teaching me like so much. Because I was just thinking, like, if I'm in the art supply store and I see someone like grabbing this, right? And I kind of overhear them like talking and maybe mumbling a question to someone, like I can interject and help and be very helpful. Well, We are butchering some of this pose here, guys. Wow. But this is nice too. If we're just kind of like just focused on like rendering and kind of being quick and loose. Like who really cares? Right? Like who really cares who sees it? You know, we're just making it public, that's all. Yeah, maybe like not enough torque. That shoulder is way too monstrous. Oh, sorry. Guys. Fail. What's happening? Oh my god, you guys are already I thought shouldn't you be in your stream, dude? I saw you like kind of came up right when I was going live. Yeah, if you remember, we're working on Nightfire. I don't know. I just like I'm using a little bit of this like long form study project to get characters under my belt too. Right? But and maybe keep some of it open to like requests and things, you know. But here too, like his head's just a little bit too small. Total bad move here. Never cut off an ankle, never cut off a wrist. That's old how to draw the comic book cover stuff. I guess like that you really don't hear about that anymore because I see that is so prevalent. It's just funny too. Like where are like the like the standards, dude? Like the standards just seem to blur away at this point, you know. That's a little bit of what I feel like the cartoonist kayfabe crowd. Like they kind of drop standards like so low that they just kind of convinced a bunch of people, you know, that this is the way to draw. It's different if you're drawing comics one way, but if you're calling them superhero comics, right? Like that's a whole other. Yeah, I guess he's got like a little bit of. But so far, like as of these pencils working with this paper, yeah, like it's not terrible. See, and here too, like I'm not structuring like any of this out. Like I'm not, like drawing out the head the right way or the mask. And that head looks way too big, right, guys? See, where's the comic book editors at, right? We should know. We should instantly be able to see that this head's too big. Yeah, sorry, guys. I will try and see what we're all saying in that wonderful chat. But as of right now, and I kind of like doing a little bit of a run without erasing. Even though I don't think I'm going to erase much on this one. I mean, he really is just like a naked bodied dude with fire powers. Yeah, and I'm not crazy about this pose. Just remember, if you think I'm hard on other people, if I do a review and, if I come off as mean and bitter, or if you think I'm trying to gang up on someone, and, just be mindful. I am much harder on myself than I am on anyone. But that's how you develop an eye. You gotta be like very critical, but then like open at the same time. It's a weird balance. But you can't be too grumpy, when it comes to the inner critic. But you have to have a point of view. See, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not even liking, there's just a lot. So what we can do here, see, since we have the medium, we can kind of, like, let's do, so we'll say, like, a lot of this was B. And this is why I like doing, see, and then it's like 3H. See, I like keeping track of it. But to me, though, this is almost like looking like a. I know his birthday was recently, like kind of like a Rick Buckler, just kind of that little bit of like 70s. Like we're not in the 80s yet, so a lot of our characters are just very dynamic and posed like the Marvel way. And you always want to get to the point where, just when it comes to like modeling, another term that I see in so many older art books that I don't hear people like again like discussed or address, and I guess like with the digital age, with all the digital stuff, modeling is obsolete. But modeling is where you kind of pick your lights and your darks, and you kind of start to shape. Like you make a flat form around it. I do like the back and forth, because even like with this area here in the knee, I've been like just like playing with it, and it's looking good. It's looking better. Like I'm not erasing. It's a little bit on, like looking looking decent, but it's like on model. Yeah, and I just think this project, like overall, just like opens up that door, where it's just like, I can be walking somewhere and, I pop into a you know, like a dollar store, and they have dollar store like crayons, and I can buy them for this like series. Isn't that I love that idea. And it's funny too, sometimes just like working on a superhero pose as opposed to like a something with weight and kind of balance and structure. And saying like, oh, like this is the way to use these materials. Like this is the way. It's just funny doing that with superheroes. See, like some of this too. It's see, I don't know. Like, there's just so much about this I don't like. Like, I didn't even skeletal break down the post. Like, I didn't even try and do a post. I just kind of started drawing, and sometimes you get good results with that. Sometimes you don't. Most likely, you don't. That's usually kind of like a zero sum game. But we're just trying to decompress right now, guys. We're just trying to get a little bit of reality back. But drawing does do that for me. Like I can really just kind of like slip away. But this is not. This is just not good. This is not good at all. I mean, I like the subject. I'll keep him on character since he's on the gargoyle here. Oh, dude, yeah, Jay. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be in, that's so funny. I didn't know there was any Dark Council in Philly. I feel like we need a Dark Council Philly edition. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm not joking about that. That's a yeah, I would say like alley maybe depending on neighborhood, but it's easy to go to the wrong neighborhood in Philly. I will expand on that. Uh, yeah, the Philly neighborhood scene is I think one of the best in the entire world, but it is yeah, like you have to be wary. You have to know where you are. So here too, like we can kind of yeah, art kind of wow, this 6B is just amazing. Wow. Yeah, and then we got 6B. Wow, some of this is whew, some of this is super soft. But I also been yearning to build up my instincts when it comes to shading and materials as well. And I think that this is a part of that as well. Yeah. Nightfire. Let's see. Art to Bear. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just had a passing in the family, and it was it's I think it's like maybe long time coming, maybe not. Still a an absolute shock though. So that's a little bit of what's going on, and it's not just a week. It's geez it's maybe like eight, like I guess by the time we're done with everything, or like this is all fully like over, it's going to be about 8 weeks. Like that's just how and it's been like at this point maybe like 6 solid weeks. So we got like another 2 weeks until the the viewing and funeral and spending more time with family. So it's just one of those things, and like even with when it comes to when I was doing stuff for Monday Night Draw and Claw, even when I was on Hump Day, like all of this stuff was still kind of like there. So, but yeah, sorry. Like last night, it was just kind of, or I'm not even sure what day it is, but this past Wednesday, it was. Yeah, it was just I couldn't do it. So, and I always feel guilty, you know. That's a little bit of. All right, guys, I think we're going to call it just so, yeah. But oh my God, 36 minutes. We did a little bit of a sketchbook sketch. We did some gradients. We started. I don't know. Maybe I'll just continue doing the creator's universe in here. I don't know. But not too bad, right? I think it's okay. Yeah, and honestly, I don't know where everyone is today. I'm with you on that. Oh, 9 till 6 p.m. Nice. Oh, who's not? Oh, Rex managed. Oh, I didn't even know Rex. Uh, that's great. That's good news that Rex is back to some capacity. Oh, well, cool. Thank you, buddy. Can't see the top of the page. Yeah, I'm sorry. Rendering. Gotcha. Yeah. I say we I say I call it. Yeah, I guess like sometimes if it's up here, yeah, but I still think his head's too big. All right, guys, rock and roll.